Hey guys, Adam Savage here in my cave with a Dune prop to show. I know it seems early given how recently Dune came out, but I've already seen it like 4 times. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with the movie. I love so many things about it. Yeah, so I've already been out there doing my research. I've already been out there on the RPF looking at stuff that people are doing, looking at the development that fans are doing of the still suit designs. I'm working on ordering some pieces of a still suit and assembling my own at some point. But as I was searching on the internet, just about a week ago, I decided to enter the word Crysknife, the famous knives wielded by the Fremen in Dune. And on Amazon, how many times do I want to say low? On Amazon, I found a United Cutlery prop replica of the Crysknife, and here it is. And I'm going to unbox it. The pictures look fantastic, and I love this prop. I've also always really liked the Crysknife from the David Lynch Dune series. But to be perfectly honest, it always felt a little small. I know it's a ceremonial knife, and that's a choice that one can make about a ceremonial knife. But in contrast, I find these long daggers, supposedly made from the teeth of Shai Hulud, the sandworms, I find this piece to be much more compelling. And there's a lot of narrative built into the design of this prop, and I'm hopefully going to talk about it. So let us crack this. Right, there seems to be a lot of hardware and stuff for a display. Let's pull everything out. Oh, ooh, wow, nice. Sorry, I'm laughing, and I'll explain why. Let's get all this. Towards recycling. Okay, I'm laughing. So first of all, this, just for a display, like I get a lot of props that have display platforms, and I rarely keep the display platforms because frankly, they often feel like an afterthought. I like to handle my props. I like to play around with them, and I just don't have, it's wall space. I don't have wall space. But in the annals or the realm of the display base, I have to say this is really stunning. This is really, really lovely. The green background here has a complex paint job. It's got some interesting reflective highlights in it. The label is quite nice. I laughed because of the text in the label. The label says, Dune Crysknife, sacred blade fashioned from the tooth of a sandworm. Legendary, all rights reserved. I mean, this is definitely what it feels like when you ask an intern to write a label just to like get it out the door. That's what it feels like. That may not be the case, but I would have gone with a slightly different label. Just something that felt more museum-like. Okay, let's take a look. Here we go. And we'll come in for some close-ups. Dude. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. Let's bring you in for a close-up. Let's see here. Hi. Okay. First of all, it's translucent, which is beautiful. So they've cast it probably in polyester. You can't tell unless you cut into it, and I don't want to. But I'm going to assume that this is highly brittle and that if it dropped, it would shatter. I think it says polystone. I'm not sure. Yeah. At any rate, it's probably delicate. That aside, it's beautifully translucent, but even more than translucent, I don't know if you can see, there is a pearlescent specular paint over this end of this that gives a little extra of a highlight. In the annals of like prop replication, that's pretty nice for a mass market piece. And we can talk about the parts of a Fremen knife here. Clearly, you've got this natural piece, which is supposedly from the tooth of Shai-Hulud, the sandworm. And frankly, it really looks like a hair follicle, like a giant hair follicle. And in the animal kingdom, I mean, there are plenty of toothy hair follicles to be found. The chitinous construction of hair can be like teeth, and it totally makes sense for a large natural being like a huge sandworm to have their teeth be actual, like what we might consider hair on a much smaller scale, like a couple of thousandths of an inch. And the reason I bring up this hair tooth dichotomy is because I've been thinking about this since I first saw pictures of these. Apparently on one of the studio lots, there is an exhibition of some props from Dune. I'm trying to get down to LA to go see those. But what I noticed when I looked at close-ups of these, and the film also has some beautiful close-ups of this knife, is this brown part down here drifting to a sort of a mid-range dark to light color. And then this really feels like a giant hair pulled out by its root. Like that is the level of where it comes out of the being. So I don't know that this is the narrative they had in their heads when they designed and they built this. And I believe these props were made by Doug Harlocker's team. Doug Harlocker was the prop master that I got to talk to for Blade Runner 2049. We'll include a link to those interviews below because he's a master of the form. He has done more than a couple of Denis films, and Richard Taylor and I talked a lot about the advent of 4K and how much that increased the level of scrutiny that the camera imparts onto a prop. And people like Richard Taylor and Doug Harlocker absolutely are just masters of the craft at layering in that detail. So in addition to this hair follicle-like piece that has been taken from the sandworm, it then has this ceremonial metal handle, but it's a really interesting metal handle because they show the root here. So it feels like there's a reason to how it's wrapped around. And then there's this writing, I guess this is Fremen writing on both sides. And when I was looking at pictures of this prop and pictures of this knife from the exhibition, I think it is entirely plausible that this thing was cast from one of the screen used pieces. I don't think this is 3D printed. I mean, it certainly could be, but if it is, it's a mass market product 3D printed at a higher resolution than I've seen. There are not some of the usual telltale signs of... Anyway, I think this was cast off a screen used piece. That's my assertion. I could totally be wrong. There's also, here is a hidden thing to the prop that I think is really neat, which is there's a natural way to grab it. It tells you how to hold it. That's a beautiful thing for an object. Look, within knife design, certainly they're following some of the visual cues of knife design, but I just love it when a prop feels good in your hand. That tells me that the people designing and building this have been paying attention to like the right things. Yeah, in the film, spoiler, I'm going to talk about the film. In the film, when Zendaya's character says to Tim Chalamet, you're going to die, but I'd like you to die with honor. Here is one of the knives, and it'd be a great honor for you to die holding this. I love, because I'm just going to wax on about how much I love Dune. I love exposition that doesn't feel like the exposition, right? She's making so much clear in those lines about the Fremen ideology. There's a generosity. I want you to die with honor. I mean, even though you're going to die, there is a resignedness to the fate, which, really speaks to like a desert culture in which the world is really cruel. All of that feels like it's built into the execution and use of this prop in the film. Okay, now what would I change? This is not necessarily the crysknife of my dreams. I do think that I would like to make one that has an actual metallic wrap here. So I may investigate 3D printing one of these in metal. I don't know. But I also love the translucent, and I would love one that is actually not brittle. Whether that means that I've got to hand carve one of these out of something really not brittle, or some other solution, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought it all the way through, but oh man, this is a lovely, lovely mass market prop. You can get these on Amazon right now. They're about $165, which, look, I recognize that's real money. Also, for what this is, that seems like a real screaming deal to me. I've bought a lot of prop replicas from companies releasing those replicas, like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon licensed prop replica of the Green Destiny sword is a piece of total shite. It just does not satisfy any of the original looks of the actual piece. Yeah, no, it's totally wrong. And so you can go quite far afield, but here in the Dune universe, they have made a really lovely prop replica. Thank you, Legendary. Thank you, Dune. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This is Adam Savage in my cave, and I will see you next time. Lovely. All right, bye.